Namaste, namaskaram, vanakkam, namo namaha, jai Ganesha. Please visit our website at classicalyoga.org, and there is a donate button if you would like to help us out. And please, stand up for the Hindu, yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific, philosophical lifestyle. Today's podcast. Only one? Is there one of anything? Of course, rationally, one is an indicator, but everything is a composite. Everything can be broken down until poof, no thing. Just look at your immediate surroundings. Look at your physical body. How many things is it composed of? You don't have enough time to list them all. Just look around you at your surroundings. Perhaps you're in nature. Perhaps you're in a home. Look at the billions and trillions of things that are all around you. This is the polymorphic nature that is life itself. Some people spend their entire lifetime just studying the innumerable number of insects, the innumerable number of flora and fauna. Look how through science we uncover and uncover and uncover the deeper realities of material things, of the mind, of our emotions. Layer after layer, like an inexhaustible onion. Hold your hand up and make what in the West one would call the OK sign. In other words, you touch your first finger and your thumb together, making a zero, and the other three fingers sticking up. Now, in the Hindu yoga religion, which is a religion, it's not the religion, it's not a universal religion, it's for all those who choose to follow it, like anything else in life. But in the Hindu yoga religion, we have something called mudras. And mudras, this is Hindu sign language. So making this OK sign, if you will, is called Vitarka mudra. Vitarka means reason. Now, some of you may or may not know, certainly those of you that have listened to our podcast, that the Sanskrit Hindu word yoga, which is bandied about today, is actually a rich composite that constitutes the Hindu lifestyle. This Sanskrit word, and Sanskrit is an ancient, complex language. Just pause a moment and think for a moment that we do not just utter one syllable. We did as babies at first, but it never stops there. We go on to utter multiple syllables, which become words, and multiple words, which become huge dictionaries in all the different languages. So this Sanskrit Hindu word Vitarka is found in the Yoga Sutras, the Yoga Darshana, which is one of the 6 orthodox systems of Hindu philosophy, the Shad Darshanas. And Vitarka means reason, logic. And actually, according to the author of this Hindu philosophy, the Yoga Darshana, Patanjali, he states that Vitarka and Vichara are the first 2 signs of someone who has more or less the experience of calm wisdom, which Hindus call samadhi. And therefore, these are 2 steps into developing calm wisdom. Vitarka, vichara, reason and judgment. We have no problem with reason, hopefully. But how about the cliche, do not judge? Pause a moment and consider that that is a judgment. And what is judgment by definition? The ability to make wise decisions. Is this not something that we should be seeking? Certainly as parents, do we not wish that our children exercise sound judgment in life? Certainly when it comes time to drive an automobile. The ability to make wise decisions, vichara, judgment. Of course, we don't want to erroneously judge or overjudge or become too judgmental, but judgment is a sound process in life, along with vitarka or reason and logic. So this mudra, when you see this, it's a reminder for all of us to ask ourselves, is this reasonable? Is this logical? Is there one of anything? Now, in English, the word mono refers to that which is one. Now, those of you that are old enough may remember when we had mono systems, in other words, a record player with one speaker. And when stereophonic sound was introduced, everyone went, wow, no longer is there just a limited sound coming out of one speaker, but now multiple speakers. Is this not life itself? Is not life stereophonic? The innumerable multiplicity that is life. Again, when you hold up vitarka mudra, 0 to many is closer to reality, hence the Sanskrit, Tamil, Hindu neuter term Brahman for the big bang you see. Out of the no-thingness comes the big bang of creation. Instantaneously, everything and perhaps its opposite. The expansion that is life itself. Actually, Hindus use the word Brahman to express this big bang of creation, if you will. It comes from the root bri, which means to expand, recognizing the polymorphic nature of life, the expansion of life itself. Just think for a moment that every night when we go into deep sleep, we go into that no-thingness, before creation, if you will, within creation. Again, when it's all over, day and night, day and night, day and night. So out of this zero experience, we simultaneously wake up to a multitude of experiences. The body starts to move, the eyes open, we may yawn, and already millions of things are happening. The polymorphic nature of life. Now, Hindus are often criticized by others, and often Christians, that Hindus believe in 33 million gods. One can have a little bit of fun with that and say, no, we don't believe in 33 million gods. 33 million and one. Meaning that life is polymorphic. And obviously the intention behind that statement, and by the way, that was actually a mistranslation of what was supposed to be 33 types, which was simply a recognition of certain things that we see all around us, like the 5 elements and the 5 senses, for example, things that are in common to all of us as humanity. But the underlying thought behind this criticism of Hindus worshiping 33 million gods, and remember Hindus, the word God and gods, small g and big G, which refers to the one male creator being of Christianity, this is not a term that is really relevant to the Hindu yoga dharma. We use the term deva, or devas, or devam, and many other specific terms for spirit beings, if you will, which are innumerable. So again, the intent behind that crass statement, thinking one is making fun of the Hindus, is the belief in a one God with a one book, a one way. Now, using vitarka or reason, just think for a moment. Do you have one pair of shoes, one pair of pants, one dress, one shirt? Do you only eat one food? Do you only study one subject? Do you only listen to one type of music? Do you only have one channel on your TV, if you will? Now, of course, we have to recognize that many people are, quote unquote, far better off than others. Some people in poverty do have only one pair of shoes, one shirt. And this is to be respected and appreciated. And obviously, we are here to help our fellow human beings out. But if we're honest, most all of us, especially in the Western world, we have a multitude of things. You know, it wasn't that long ago that the average Western household had perhaps one TV. Now, how many TVs do most of us have? There was a time when most families only had one vehicle. Now we have multiple vehicles. All of us need to take a serious reality check on how much we do have, which can be a blessing or a curse. Now, there are those who consciously choose, perhaps, to be one might call a minimalist. And generally, these are people coming from a rather affluent situation, realizing the baggage, if you will, of having too much baggage, too many things in life. So they consciously scale down. But there are also others throughout history who have made this conscious effort to live a very minimal life. The shamans, if you will, the general monks and nuns, or in Hinduism, the yogis, the renunciates. But even then, we cannot escape the multiplicity that is life itself, the richness of life, the very polymorphic nature that is life itself. Now, in the religious realm, monotheism is the belief in a one deity with a one book. And one can trace this back to Zoroastrianism, with the belief in one deity, Ahura Mazda, and one book, the Amesh Spentas, and then into Judaism with the one deity, Yahweh, and the one book, the Torah, and later into Christianity with the one deity, God Jesus, and the one book, the Bible, and specifically the New Testament. And then into the Islamic traditions with the one deity, Allah, and the one book, the Quran. So at this point, one might ask, will the real one deity and one book, quote unquote, please stand up? Now, of course, this limited mindset is not simply relegated to what we classically call the monotheistic religions, but it can be found within life itself and in other religious traditions as well, because it is a mindset. For example, even in the Hindu yoga dharma, which is traditionally classified as polymorphic, which is really the proper term. Polytheism, theos, remember, is God, and we don't really use that term. Recognized as polymorphic, even within this Hindu dharma, Hindu religion, Hinduism, we can see those who are looking for a one deity, such as Krishna, for example, or perhaps Shiva, or one of the forms of the mother, and looking at one book as the authoritative book, like the Bhagavad Gita, for example. So this mindset of looking for one, we have to ponder. Is this simply a way of feeling safe in life, feeling comforted, perhaps egotistically feeling that we are really the best and we have found the true way, the true deity, the true book? Is this obsessive search for the one simply hiding our inner insecurities? Perhaps simply seeking power over others? Financial gain? Whatever the case, this limited, illogical, unreasonable state of mind sooner or later faces up to the reality of the manyness that is life itself, the polymorphic nature of life. Now, this is not to say that one does not recognize the wisdom of finding a way, finding a life partner, for example, a tradition to follow. But remember that it is just that. It is a way. It is not the one and only way. Therefore, the next time you are confronted with someone who tries to indoctrinate you, just as they have been indoctrinated, into a one deity, a one way, a one book, simply smile and say, only one? That's so sad. Let me offer you a more bountiful view of life. Zero to many is closer to reality, hence the Sanskrit, Tamil, Hindu neuter term Brahman for the Big Bang, you see. Monotheism can be rather crude indeed, rather monistic polymorphism, dharmanupati dharmi, the substratum. Father is only half the equation and completely denies those of the female persuasion. Monotheism, linear thinking, at one time came to the conclusion that the earth was flat. But the Hindus knew it was round and moving. Jagat, what do you think about that? The sun is round, the moon is round. The seasons go round. The days go round. Our eyes are round. So too round is the nabi, the belly button, and the bindu, the third eye point. Wake up to your inner wisdom, Hindu. And fellow human beings and other animals. Look into each other's eyes. Look into the black hole in the center of the eye. We all have one, and it's there that we unify. It's called the pupil. And at that level, why not keep our mouth shut? Om Tat Sat to the Hindus. This would avoid a lot of trouble. Now, by definition, that black hole at the center of the eye, the black hole of creation, it's called the aperture that admits and regulates the flow of light. Thus perceiving Hindus, Durga-like, blossom out into the unique, flowering colors of the iris. No two eyes are alike. No two fingerprints are alike. The joy of the polymorphic life. The auspicious, awesome nature that is life itself. Actually, this podcast is being done on the morning of the great night of Shivaratri, Maha Shivaratri. And actually the word Siva, Shiva, actually translates into that which is auspicious or awesome. And it is a recognizable deity within Hinduism, but a deity, not the deity. So on this great night of Shivaratri for the Hindus, and for our fellow human beings in general, just contemplate the awesomeness that is life itself. In joy we're meant to be. Tat Tvamasi, thou art that. We are the inner essence of love and light and energy with emotions, mind, and body. And like the form of the dancing Shiva, Nataraja, dance with life. Dance, prance, send me into a trance. Pirouette on my worldliness, spinning it out of sight. Let us join hands and dance. Round and round we go. Through this polymorphic dance, love is the only thing we know. And why not seek Peace, peace, peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. A peace through unity in diversity, respecting the specifics, the diversity that is life, but also seeking an inner unity. Peace through justice and strength. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So rather than F.U., fundamentalist universalist, would you think we meant? Why not F.U.N.? Find unity now. Only one? That's no fun.